What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff and we're back down in the Gat Cave for a quick video. Gonna go over a few guns, some new pickups. One of these, a gun I've been trying to get my hands on for a very long time, kind of a Grail gun for me, so I'm excited about that. But before we get to that, we're just gonna jump right into these other pistols. And one of these you've seen, and it's kind of the theory of I've been testing or wanting to test some of the more entry level 2011. So this one you've seen on the channel. This is the Mac 9 DS Duty Comp. So why am I showing you it again? Well, because I made some improvements to it. I actually put it in a Staccato XC grip, and then I changed the guide rod to a Dawson Precision toolless guide rod. Other than that, still has the Trijicon SRO and the Surefire X300 Turbo on this one. So I think this is going to be a big improvement. Oh, and I really messed with the trigger. I made it like right to the bleeding edge of functional, but it does work and it is very crispy now. So little bit of take up and just super light, super light. It's 2 pound maybe. I mean, it is right on the edge, but I have fired it, so it is a much better trigger. I just took that sear spring out, made some tweaks, and like I said, it is right on that edge, but I have fired it, totally functional, and it feels really nice. So with a name like this, it's a mouthful. Mac 9 DS Duty Comp, and it's not really a comp, it is a chunk port because it is just cut right into the barrel. So not really a comp, but that's what they named it, so we'll go with that. But it is an improvement starting there. I haven't changed any of the ignition kit or anything like that yet. Wanted to get some testing done with it at this point and see where it goes. But so a little bit of improvements to this Mac 9. I like that. Then next, another kind of entry-level gun that I've heard good things about, so I've been trying to get one of these for a while. Actually found one, was able to get my hands on this, and that is also a gun with a long name. I don't know why these Turkish guns need to make such long names, but this is the Gerson 2311 Witness Match X. Now, why you name a gun that way, I have no clue. Just call it the Match X. That's how I'm going to refer to it, the Match X, the Gerson Match X. And this one is, I mean, I've referred to both of these as kind of knockoff Turkish Staccato XCs. And this one is actually more of an XC than that Mac 9. So this one actually has a compensator on it similar to the XC. Now, first off, you pick this thing up and first thing you notice is a significant reduction in weight compared to an XC. Even though it also has a polymer grip, but this frame, it's not a steel frame, that's for sure. So, I don't know, it's a much lighter gun. It is, I'm gonna go out and say it's a little jankier feeling than an XC, but it feels okay. So I have shot it very little, but it does shoot nicely as far as felt recoil, very soft, and it feels good. I don't know exactly durability wise is what I'm really interested in figuring out about both of these guns, but it feels okay. I mean, it shoots nice, but just everything about it, it feels much more like a $1,000 gun than an XC. Because the XC is, I mean, it's 5 times cheaper than an XC, and you feel a little bit of that in handling it. But as far as shooting it, it's decent. This trigger, I haven't messed with this trigger yet. I want to get kind of a out of the box impression of it first. But I mean, there's very little take up, and it's got a heavier brake for sure. Not bad. And then reset. Nice tactile, audible reset forces that finger forward. So there are a few things I don't like about it that I didn't realize it before I got it in hand. First and foremost, it has an RMSC footprint, which why you have a 5-inch gun like this, full size, and you go with the RMSC is absolutely beyond me. I have no clue. So, I mean, I do like the EPS carry. I think that's a nice optic, but not for this size gun. I think an EPS carry for a carry gun is great, but putting an RMSC footprint on this is just absolutely senseless, if you ask me. So definitely want to run an SRO, and I mean, these are essentially very similar guns, and what they're trying to achieve I think is very similar, but putting an RMSC footprint is just stupid. So that's a problem. And then the other thing is the way that they did this rail. It's like the Picatinny is off, and you can't just slide. Look at this light. So for whatever reason, the way these Picatinnies, I'm going to have to play with the inserts. But as far as standardizing running a Surefire X300, this is a type U, so you don't have the cross bolt, but that's pushed all the way back where it should be sitting on a gun like this, in my opinion. But the first notch that it'll actually hit is right there. So, and that's the same with the cross bolt. You have to, with the type B, you have to get it right there. So this is just on, and you can't push it back any further at all. So I'm gonna have to play with some inserts, but why you would do an RMSC footprint and then stagger your Picatinny in such a way that that is how the light's gonna sit. I mean, it should just run with the standard. This is all my opinion, but if you're gonna make a gun like this that is supposed to compete with a Staccato XC or be a similar type of gun, then set it up that whatever the standard Surefire X300 insert is would run and not in that position. So those are my little gripes, and there's workarounds, I'm sure, but I don't like having to do that. But for the RMSC footprint, you're just running an RMSC. I don't know. Maybe there's some adapter plate, but then your optic's going to be sitting up so high that it's defeating the purpose anyhow. So I just really am disappointed in that. But I did say I shot a couple rounds through this, and it shoots nice. So it's even a little bit more upsetting to me. I don't know. Maybe I can get this milled, but I've run into issues trying to get stuff milled that has already had an optic footprint cut. But we'll see. I'm willing to push the boundaries on getting something to work with an actual SRO footprint. But this is the Gerson Match X, and I will say the weight on this feels better. The compensator on this, I think, shoots better than this chunk port, but we're gonna get both these out and we're gonna kind of put them through their paces a little more, because I've just done some very initial firing, first impression type stuff. So it wasn't even on camera, and I'm just gonna get both these out together with an XC, and we'll kind of see where the shortcomings are or where they really shine. So those two guns, stoked on those, with the exception of a couple little points that I brought up. And then lastly, I picked up a gun that I'm stoked on. Now this thing, I love my gun that is similar to this, which is my Phoenix Trinity H-Tac. I like that one a lot. So I picked up this Phoenix Trinity Exo Pro, or EXO, I'm not even sure, but it is, I think it's basically just the same damn gun as the H-Tac, with just different slide cuts and silver PVD on the slide. So it is all PVD coated frame in black, and then you have the silver PVD coating, and it's a gorgeous gun. I like that they did the magwell in that same color as the slide, and this thing, I mean, that just feels like it is on rails. Ball bearings. it is pretty nice. But so is the H-Tack. Like it doesn't feel much different. And trigger's great. Very light. Nice trigger. Nice reset. And the H-Tack has, it's almost the same trigger, except these little triangles that you see in this trigger shoe, those are milled out. So it's similar, has the same Hero grip from Phoenix Trinity, and I really dig this Phoenix Trinity grip. And if there's anybody out there that does your own work on your 2011s, Phoenix Trinity, I have found in my experience, the Hero grip is the most compatible with the widest amount of other guns. I have had other pistols that I've tried to do a grip swap on and tried to use some other brands, and they didn't fit. There was too much fitment required, something. Every time I've tried to slide a Hero grip on it, boom, right on, no problem. And they're expensive, but all 2011 grips are expensive, all these aluminum grips. And these feel just phenomenal. I love this palm swell that they have in the back right there. And it's not too girthy, it's really nice. It's just a really phenomenal grip, if you ask me. And it just works on everything I've tried to put it on. So this is a gun I'm very excited to shoot. It's the limited edition, and it's a sexy gun, that's for sure. But I think it's just a dressed up H-Tack. And I like the H-Tack a lot. I need to get this out, the H-Tack. And so this is a compensated gun as well. Has this 2-chamber comp out front, and just, it's a fine looking pistol, if you ask me. Feels really good. Set it up, obviously, Trijicon SRO and Surefire X300. This one is an Ultra. Big magwell that feels great. The only issue I've had on it, and I need to play with it, pop this mag release out, but it's a little sticky. Not with this mag, but certain mags it's a little stickier with. And it is kind of a shorter mag release, so bringing that over, and sometimes if you don't get like your full thumb on that mag release is when it gets a little bit sticky on certain mags. So could be a break-in thing. Maybe I need to change the spring in the mag release. I just need to pop it out and take a look, but maybe even a little lube. But man, love that. So this is the Phoenix Trinity Exo Pro. I'm gonna call it the Exo because that's what it looks like, kind of exoskeleton. So anyway, excited about this guy. And then my kind of Grail gun that I mentioned. I've been looking for this forever and just never seemed to be able to find it. So maybe you've noticed it on the wall. I'm gonna get it. Okay, so this is it. This is the SIG 553. Now, a gun I've been wanting for so long. Just finally got my hands on one, and there is a caveat to this because obviously I need to SBR this thing. This is a pistol, so I have it configured with not the buttstock that when you put that on makes this thing look just that much more amazing. So this is a super cool gun, Swiss, and it's kind of it's got AR DNA and AK DNA. It's kind of this cross platform, and just one of those amazing classic firearms that I've wanted forever, but without the buttstock on it, it doesn't have that really instantly recognizable classic nostalgic look. But for now, while I'm shooting it before I get this thing form one, I have this little adapter plate that allows me to run an AR buffer tube so I can run the pistol brace, and that is good enough for now, but it definitely is going to get modified. And I also ordered, let me take this brace off, or this sling off. Okay, better with the sling off for the video, but I had the sling because I've been shooting it. So let me tell you about it. So it is in the gray and green, which I hope that shows up on camera. But that is my favorite color combo, and that is Swiss military colors. If it was all black, that is police, or that's at least what I understand. I don't know. I'm no expert on this gun. It's just one of those ones that I have. Who doesn't find this just unbelievably sexy? If you don't, you're not a gun guy. But something about this is just gets me in all the right spots. This thing is amazing and feels good, but it is not what I would call modern, right? There's some parts that are, some aren't, but for someone like me that I love to accessorize all my stuff, and having just this plastic handguard, and the first thing I did was take the muzzle device off so I could run a suppressor on it. And I went with this Huxworks Flow 556K. This is my favorite can, so that's what I run. And then I put an Aimpoint Acro in that green that I think looks pretty good on this Reptilia mount. And then obviously the pistol brace, that's in gray. I have a green brace somewhere, so I got to dig through all these safes and see how the green looks, but haven't got there yet. Obviously this is like an AK with the side charger, very cool. And then it does have kind of a AR-ish kind of bolt release right here, except you press up. Interesting. But as far as modernizing this thing goes a bit, you know, you almost need two of these, so you can just keep one super classic and the other one you could modify it and make it a little more modern. But I don't think I'm going to be getting two of these. I think I will just have to go back and forth, because I did order a grip from B&T that is M-LOK. I think it has some Picatinny and some M-LOK on it, so I can run lights and switches and all that fun stuff. Maybe do some night vision with this gun, because right now it's not really capable of getting set up for that. But I mean, I guess you don't need a laser, right? You can shoot passively, but I need a higher mount with my goggles. And you know, it is a folder, so that is cool. But if on the pistol or on the buttstock, when you fold it, it comes and locks on this right here, and that actually locks in. So you have that buttstock locked, and then you pop it off and swing it around. But this isn't the right buttstock. So there are some things that I'm going to do to this. The magazines on this are very cool. They do rock in from the front like an AK. And one little cool thing about them is, and on this side they have these little tabs and little cups. So you can take them, lock them together, and now you can run two. So doubling your ammo that way. I won't put the loaded one in, but now you can run two mags, and it's very easy. Much easier than the AR mags where you have the mag couplers. So it also is a little easy gas adjustment up here. It is a long stroke gas piston operated gun. So pistons up here, springs up here. Model before this, the 552, was running the spring in the back here, but it wasn't captured. So every time you would open this thing, the spring would go shooting out the back. And then on the 553, they made an adjustment to run that up front. But let me show you something that I really think is cool that I think ARs should do. And it's something very small, but see these takedown pins, which are also very AR-ish? These takedown pins, you can see they have these teeny little tabs coming out the sides, so you can't push them through. So on this side, first you have to push this pin in, and that sucks those pins in, and then you can pop them out. And I think that is a brilliant retention system. Very cool. Leave it to the Swiss. I just think that's a great system. I wish ARs ran that. I think that would be pretty slick. or at least HKs, because some of those HK, like the MR556, the MR762, where you need that little tool to pop the pins, ooh, I hate that. So HK should adapt those for sure. So anyway, this is just kind of a brief little once over on this thing. Obviously, there will be a full range video following where I'm taking this, putting it through its paces, and we'll go over everything in detail. So just wanted to show you this. This is absolutely, love this gun. And it was imported from JDI Imports. They get very few of these every year. So to have one, I am very grateful. And that is the SIG 553. Okay, that's it. Quick little video. Just wanted to show you these things, and there will be follow-ups to all of these. The Gerson and the Mac 9, get those out on the range with an XC. I'm gonna have this Phoenix Trinity Exo Pro out, and I'll have its companion, the H-Tac with it. We'll kind of see if there is a difference between the two, which I don't think there really is, except for aesthetics. And then, of course, we'll get the 553 out there and we'll run that. So please stay tuned, comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.